Let's talk tech. Exploring tech together.
Today, we're going to dive into a technology that's completely changing the game: AI agents. Now, these aren't your everyday chatbots. We're talking about systems that can actually understand what you want and then go and get it done, all on their own. So, let's peel back the layers and see how they really work.
Just imagine this for a second. You say to your computer, hey, plan a kayaking trip for me, maybe sometime in 2026. You don't list out a bunch of steps, you just give it a goal. And from there, it handles everything. All the research, the booking, figuring out the schedule. That's not some far-off sci-fi idea. That's exactly what AI agents can do.
So, what is an AI agent really? And what makes it so different from the apps and software we use every single day? Well, it all boils down to one big idea: moving past a simple, fixed script.
Okay, so here's the core definition. An AI agent is a system, usually powered by a large language model, an LLM, the tech behind tools like ChatGPT. This lets it understand its surroundings, reason through problems, build a plan, and then actually act on that plan, all with very little hand-holding from you. The magic word here really is autonomy.
This slide just nails the difference. See, traditional software is kind of like a train on a track. It follows a very specific, predefined path, and that's it. But an AI agent? It's more like a self-driving car in the middle of a city. You tell it where you want to go, and it figures out the best way to get there, dodging traffic and roadblocks all on its own.
To really get how these agents work their magic, we've got to pop the hood and look inside. We're going to break down the anatomy of an AI agent into 7 and only 7 essential parts.
Yep, you heard that right. Just 7 core components. Doesn't matter how simple or how ridiculously complex an agent is, it's built from these same 7 building blocks. And to make this super clear, we're going to stick with our kayaking trip example as we walk through each one.
First up, perception. Think of this like the agent's senses. It's how it takes in information from the world, how it reads, sees, and listens to figure out what you're asking for and what's going on around it.
So for our kayaking trip, the agent starts by just reading your request. But it's smarter than just reading. It actually cleans up that information and organizes it into something it can work with. And this goes way beyond text. A more advanced agent could understand your request if you showed it a picture, a video, or even a complicated document.
Okay, so once the agent gets the goal, it needs a game plan. That's where planning and task decomposition comes in. It's all about taking that huge, fuzzy goal and breaking it down into a list of small, concrete steps.
And you can see exactly how that works here. The agent knows that plan a trip is way too big, so it chops it up into manageable tasks. First, get my location. Then, check the weather. After that, find some rentals, and finally, book one. It's creating a step-by-step roadmap to get to the finish line.
Now, to follow that plan, an agent needs a memory. We're talking about short-term memory, just to keep track of what's happening right now, and long-term memory to remember things from the past that might be important. This is what makes the whole experience feel so personal. The agent might remember that you hate traveling more than an hour from home, or it might recall that last year's kayaking trip was at a lake and you loved it. It pulls from this memory to build a plan that's perfect for you.
All right, this next one, this is basically the brain of the whole operation. Reasoning and decision-making is where the agent takes all the information it has, weighs the options, and makes the smartest choice it can at every step.
So the agent doesn't just give you a random list of options. No, it evaluates them. It looks at the weather data and straight up eliminates months that are too cold or stormy. Then it might compare the good options based on price and what the experience will be like. This is where you can really see the intelligence at work.
So far, pretty much everything has been happening inside the agent's head, so to speak. Action and tool calling is how it actually reaches out and interacts with the real world. It's like the brain telling the body what to do.
To actually get things done, our agent uses specific tools. It calls out to a weather service to get the latest forecast, it uses a maps tool to find rental spots nearby, and then it connects directly to a booking website to make that reservation. This is how a digital plan turns into a real-world result. An agent can't just operate in a silo. It needs to talk to you. Good communication is absolutely key, whether it's asking for more details, showing you some options, or just making sure it's on the right track. This creates this great back-and-forth conversation. The agent might ask, hey, do you prefer a calm lake or open water to narrow things down? Or it might say, June and July both look good, which works better for you?
This whole process keeps you in the loop and in control.
And that brings us to the final piece of the puzzle, learning. The truly great agents don't just do what they're told. They actually get better over time by learning from their successes and, yeah, from their failures too.
It's all about that feedback loop, right? If you say, that suggestion was perfect, it learns from that. If you correct it, it learns from that too. And over time, it slowly adapts and evolves into a much smarter, more helpful assistant.
So, we've gone through the 7 components that make up an agent. It might sound kind of complex, right? Well, what if I told you that the tools to build your own are getting incredibly easy to use? Let's do a quick look at how you could whip up a simple agent in just 3 steps using something called Docker Cagent.
I'm not kidding. You can build a basic agent that searches the web in just 3 simple steps. First, you install the framework. Second, you write a tiny little configuration file that tells the agent which AI model to use and what tools it can access, like, say, a web browser. And third, you just run it. It's an amazing way to get your hands dirty and see how this tech really works.
And that really brings us to the most important takeaway here. This isn't about some technology that's coming 10 years from now. AI agents are here, right now, and they are fundamentally changing how we use software.
So, I'll just leave you with this final thought. As these agents get smarter and more integrated into our lives, what's the first complicated, annoying, or time-consuming task you would hand off to one? Think about it. The possibilities are pretty much endless.